Good morning, y'all. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dana Dixon. We are continuing to track dangerous winter conditions across the area. I know it's early, 4:15 this morning. We're coming to you. Those roads are still extremely slick this morning, and with the coldest temperatures of this storm settling in today, right now, we are not expecting any thawing. Now, if you're about to head out, this is a morning where staying put could save you a lot of trouble and keep you safe. Let's take a look outside right now at those roads. Look at this, the coldest morning that we've seen during this system. And that matters because even those treated roads, look, they're staying icy. And when I say ice, I mean, imagine driving on a skating rink. That's what it's like out there. What froze overnight is staying frozen through the day. Crews have been working, but those temperatures, they're just simply too cold for much improvement, if not getting worse out there this morning. And we're not talking about slush. This is a solid sheet of ice in a lot of spots, especially on bridges and overpasses. If you don't have to be on the roads this morning, this is one to stay put and wait it out until those temperatures rise. Power outages also remain a major concern this morning, and East Texas is seeing the highest impact across the state. Right now, more than 61,000 customers are without power. Can you imagine how cold that is this morning, with the hardest hit counties including Shelby, Nacogdoches, Cherokee, Panola, and Rusk. Utility crews are working, but icy conditions and dangerous roads are slowing those restoration efforts. Now, if you are without power, officials urge you to use generators safely, avoid those down lines, and conserve heat where possible. We'll continue tracking those outages county by county throughout this morning. All right, 4:17 right now. We want to get over to Joel Robinson in the Weather Center. You've been watching this all weekend, and the temperatures, the coldest that we've seen. We were just talking, it feels like single digits out there this morning.
It does, yeah. You couple the actual air temperatures, which are in the teens, 20s, with the wind out there. The wind chills are out all the way down into the single digits. Could get as low as the negative single digits by the later half of this morning. Extreme cold warnings, excuse me, are in effect for all of East Texas until 12 p.m. on Tuesday. That's for those cold temperatures. Not expecting anything in the way of precipitation. It's all about the cold at this point. Current temperatures, as we take a look here, 15 in Mineola, 14 in Sulphur Springs. We also have a reported temperature of 18 in Tyler. We got 19 in Henderson and Longview, 18 in Jacksonville. It is a very, very cold start to the morning. And again, we got the wind chills in there as well from the winds coming in from the north. 12 miles an hour in Tyler, also 14 miles an hour in Athens, also at 11 miles an hour in Longview. And so it's making it feel like the single digits across much of the area, down to 2 degrees in Jefferson, Linden. We also have 6 degrees in Mount Pleasant and 8 degrees all in Gilmer, Mineola, Tyler, and Athens. So certainly want to make sure you are bundled up on your way out this morning. It is a very, very cold start to the day. And again, it's all about the cold air at this point. You can see just the dry and clear conditions off to the west and right overhead, I should say, at this point. And off to the east, you can see that system has finally pushed away, got some snow up into the northeast, but we are going to be all set for any precipitation chances over the next several days. It is all about the cold at this point. Hey, you want to stick around for morning, y'all, at 5 a.m. this morning for a look at your 7-day forecast. Back to you, Dana.
All right, thank you, Joel. We want to get back to those road conditions this morning. Let's take a look at that video if we can. Just imagine on the way into work, I don't think I exceeded about 15, 20 miles per hour. That's how slow that you have to drive in conditions like this. And nobody's on the road right now. So that is the good news. But look at that. You can see the reflection of the lights on the ice. That's like a skating rink. Just think if you're in New York City skating at Rockefeller Center, that is exactly what the roads look like this morning. There's black ice on the roads to contend with, kind of the ice that you can't see that is so scary. The stopping distance that you have to have between you and the car in front of you, you've got to give yourself a lot of extra time. We slipped a little bit trying to get out of the driveway this morning, just backing up and getting onto the main street in order to get to work today. So these conditions remain very dangerous out there this morning. As you can see in this video, lots of distance between us and the person in front of us because it's just that dangerous out there. The temperatures have fallen into the the low teens out there, the wind chills not allowing any of what was on the ground from yesterday into the day before to melt, which is what is so scary. So I know that the precipitation is not falling out there this morning, and that's what we think about when we think about road conditions, but it's because our temperatures remain so low that we haven't been able to thaw out any. So if you don't have to go to work or go into work, you can work remotely from home. That's a good idea. We've heard from a lot of places, UT Health, East Texas, as well as Christus, some of their locations. If you have a doctor's appointment, you need to check with any of those locations this morning because many of them have reduced hours or closing, so just make sure that you are checking with them. This is our CBS19 studio live cam. As you get ready to head out, you can see again, not a lot of people on the roads. That's the good news. People are listening, realizing that this winter storm is still very real as we head into Monday. We have so many schools that have canceled. You can go to CBS19.tv where we have our CBS19 weather blog going right now this morning. If you're wondering, hey, is my school canceled this morning? Chances are most likely, but you do want to make sure to look at our school closings list this morning. If you're one of the schools out there who hasn't reported to CBS 19, please give us an email and we'll make sure to update that list as well. I want to go now to the outages that we've been talking about this morning. We've had SWEPCO on the phone all weekend, Encore on the phone all weekend. Here's what they've told us. Those road conditions also hampering them getting the lights turned back on and the dangerous cold. It just takes longer. So here's what we're looking at this morning. Shelby County reporting about 9,600 people without power. Nacogdoches County has about 8,800 people. That's a lot of people. Now going over to Cherokee County, that number has remained high since yesterday. We're talking 7,500 people. Panola County looking at similar numbers with 6,300. Rusk has 5,100, Sabine 2,400, Angelina 17, and so yes, a lot of power to restore this morning. Now, if you have not called in your power outage to your company, make sure that you do that because they may not know. You may think your neighbor called it in, but we're just not certain if that's happened. So it's hard to get to our neighbors at this point. So if you do have a power outage, make sure that you're contacting your power company, and they're doing the very best that they can. Remember, those power lines are being weighed down by trees that have ice on them, and they said that this could continue for several days because it's not just today that's going to happen. Those power lines continue to snip because of the trees that are falling on them, so just be patient with those power crews. Again, we've been monitoring those school closures as well throughout the weekend, and into the evening. We'll be doing that in the aftermath of this winter storm that's hitting East Texas. I want to give you some of the school districts across our area who have made the decision that school won't be in for this morning due to the weather. They include Arp, Bullard, Carthage, Gladewater, Longview ISDs. We are scrolling that list right there on your screen. We are here to help keep you safe and informed this morning. So remember that you can head over to CBS19.tv for the full list of closures. Another really good tool if you're thinking about, hey, I want to head out to Interstate 20 this morning. I am looking at the Drive Texas map right now as we speak, and the ice conditions are all over East Texas. So you may want to consider to hold that travel off if you have to. Here's a look at that map for you right now. All of the gray that you're seeing, or if you see any snow flurries on that Drive Texas map, that is all icy conditions. So if you've got to head to the DFW Metroplex, they're dealing with the same thing this morning. So maybe wait as long as you can. Keep checking drivetexas.org to see if it's safe for you to travel, because the last thing you want to do is find yourself in an accident or stranded on the interstate for hours at a time. Though if you do have to travel, they say make sure that you have a blanket with you, you have water with you, and snacks with you if you have somewhere that you need to be. Again, those conditions remain dangerous outside across East Texas. We'll have more coverage beginning at 5 o'clock this morning through the 8 o'clock hour, both on air, and then we'll be streaming from 7 to 8 on CBS 19+. Stay with us for the latest winter weather coverage. We're going to keep you safe as we all get through this together.